There is a distinctly human moment that daylight often conceals. The moment night arrives, when light withdraws, and the layers of defense within us quietly lower as well. During the day, we function through roles, responsibilities, and the alertness required to move through life. At night, when sound thins and activity fades, we are no longer as able to avoid ourselves, the unresolved, the unnamed emotions, the words left unsaid, and the words we wish we could retrieve. These rise with clarity in the quiet. This is why night is more than the ending of a day. It is an interior threshold, a testing ground of the soul. How will we carry the day we have lived into sleep? As an unremoved burden, or as something consciously handed back? The answer to that question determines the quality of rest, not only for the body, but for the soul. Many enter sleep with a posture of continued control. They lie down, but the mind keeps watch, as though stopping would cause everything to collapse. This reflex is understandable in a world that prizes vigilance and productivity. Yet a deeper truth remains. The soul was not created to stand guard through the night. It was created to trust, and gratitude is the doorway through which trust re-enters. Nighttime gratitude is not an exercise in forced positivity. It is an act of honesty, looking directly at the day that has passed, acknowledging both what was good and what was incomplete, and choosing not to clutch either with clenched hands. When we give thanks, we quietly confess that the day was never ours alone to manage, and therefore, it does not need to be held until exhaustion. The one who watches over human life does not grow weary. His care does not dim when night descends. From the Psalms, this remembered truth touches a subtle fear, the fear that if we rest, things will slip beyond our grasp. Gratitude answers that fear by restoring proper order. It reminds us that there is a presence that does not sleep, does not drift, does not lose focus, and we were never meant to replace that role. When we revisit the day through gratitude, the first thing that begins to heal is how we see ourselves. Night often becomes a courtroom of self-judgment, replaying what we did poorly, what we said carelessly, how we loved inadequately. Gratitude does not deny these realities. It places them within the context of grace. It allows us to say, "Today I was imperfect, and I was still sustained." That admission does not weaken us. It lets us put the weight down, so tomorrow can be met with renewed strength. Here, rest ceases to be a reward for a flawless day and becomes a necessity for finite beings. To rest with gratitude is to learn a foundational truth. Our worth is not measured by the final scorecard of today's performance. Our worth is rooted in relationship, a relationship in which we are known, understood, and loved. Before we manage to correct ourselves, come when you are weary and burdened. Rest is given not as a prize, but as a gift. Jesus' words remembered. This remembered invitation reshapes how we enter sleep. We do not need to prove ourselves worthy of rest. We need only to be honest that we are tired. In that honesty, rest becomes an act of faith, the faith that the world remains held, even when we close our eyes. Nighttime gratitude also performs a quieter work. It reshapes memory. Left unattended, memory at night tends towards severity, magnifying failure, and minimizing evidence of care. Gratitude teaches memory a different language, not denial of pain, but recognition of meaning. The day, even unfinished, still carried moments of support, encounters that were not random, dangers avoided without our awareness. From this posture, anxiety about tomorrow also changes shape. It may not disappear, but it no longer dominates. Instead of pulling tomorrow into bed, as a list of threats to monitor. We return tomorrow to its rightful place, ahead of us, but not pressing on our chest. Gratitude for today opens the door to trust for what has not yet arrived. Peace guards the heart, not because every question is answered, but because the heart is kept beyond understanding. Paul's words remembered. This peace does not make us passive. It steadies us enough to release what cannot be repaired at night and clears our vision to recognize that repair does not always occur within our awareness. When the day closes this way, sleep is no longer an escape from life. It becomes participation in a deeper rhythm, the rhythm of trust, surrender, and gratitude. We sleep not because everything is resolved, but because everything has been entrusted. And in that entrusting, the soul finds its natural place, not at the center of control, but within the circle of care. Once gratitude opens the first door of the night, a deeper movement begins within us. We stop trying to fix the day that has passed, and we learn instead to listen to what that day is telling us. Not every day speaks the same message. Some days reveal our limits, others expose desires we have suppressed. Some simply show that we tried harder than we allow ourselves to admit. Nighttime gratitude creates space for these truths to be received without self-punishment. Much of mental exhaustion does not come from how much we do, but from how much we carry without setting it down. We carry conversations left unfinished into sleep. We carry unresolved decisions into sleep. We carry expectations, others and our own, into sleep. Gratitude does not solve each burden individually. It changes the posture of carrying. Instead of clutching, we place. Instead of holding, we release. There is a genuine paradox here. Only when we accept that we cannot control everything do we begin to sleep in peace. And only when we sleep in peace do we regain clarity about what actually belongs to us to manage. Nighttime gratitude is the meeting point of this paradox. It teaches us to distinguish responsibility from obsession, what requires action from what requires release. In this quiet space, many discover something unexpected. They are not only tired, but sad. Sad from being misunderstood. Sad from having to be strong for too long. Sad from losses that daylight did not permit them to grieve. Gratitude does not demand that sadness be hidden. It allows sadness to rest where it belongs, not in the driver's seat, but not denied either. This is a mature form of healing. When the soul grows weary, comfort is given gently, not through explanation, but through presence. Isaiah inspired. This remembered truth reminds us that not every unease needs an answer before sleep. Some only need to be accompanied, to be held, within a presence safe enough that they no longer have to cry out. From here, forgiveness becomes more possible at night. During the day, forgiveness is often misunderstood as weakness or concession. At night, when defenses fall away, we see it more clearly as self-liberation, not erasing memory, but preventing memory from dictating the rhythm of the heart. Gratitude allows forgiveness, not because others deserve it, but because the soul needs lightness to rest. That forgiveness also turns inward. Many lie down with a silent indictment against themselves. Today I could have done better. Gratitude does not argue with that thought. It adds a necessary sentence. And today, I did what I could with what I had at the time. This is not indulgence. It is truth, placed inside mercy. From there, sleep is no longer fractured by self-conviction. As night deepens, gratitude widens beyond the self. We think of others, those sleeping under the same sky, with very different burdens. Some are lonely, some are anxious for loved ones, some cannot sleep because of pain or fear. Gratitude does not turn us inward. It opens us outward quietly, not through obligation, but through shared humanity. We place them within the same circle of care. We ourselves are trusting. The night may linger, but hope is not extinguished. Light is already being prepared for morning. From the Psalms, this remembered truth does not deny darkness. It simply refuses to grant darkness the final word, and that refusal is enough to loosen the grip of the night. Here we begin to see something essential. Sleep is not a meaningless gap between 2 days, but an active part of a faithful life. To sleep in gratitude is to make a quiet yet powerful declaration that the most important work does not always happen while we are awake. Some work is done in silence, in the unseen, while we rest. This trust releases us from the illusion that value must always be produced. Through constant effort, it allows us to accept that some blessings arrive only when we stop obstructing them with tension. Nighttime gratitude, then, is not merely the end of a day. It is preparation for tomorrow, without stealing tomorrow ahead of time. When sleep arrives in this context, it is no longer collapse from exhaustion, but welcome, a welcome into a deeper rhythm, where the soul is reordered, memory settles, and hope is kept warm. From that rhythm, one wakes, not with every answer, but with enough peace to begin again. As the night reaches its deepest point, a quiet truth emerges. We do not sleep merely to recover energy, but to restore inner order. What daylight stretches, willpower, expectation, fear, must be returned to its proper place at night. Gratitude accomplishes this, not by force, but by gentle alignment. It does not require full understanding before rest. It invites trust in an order that continues, even when we are no longer awake, to observe it. From here, our understanding of our own capacity begins to shift. We stop measuring ourselves solely by what we completed today. We recognize that some of the most essential movements of life, healing, direction, the strengthening of hope, do not occur during working hours, but during surrender. Sleeping in gratitude acknowledges that human life was not designed to carry the full weight of its own meaning. Meaning is given, nurtured, and often best protected. When we stop interfering, this realization frees us from a modern pressure, the pressure to always be advancing. At night, gratitude allows stillness without guilt. Stillness is not regression, it is recalibration. In that stillness, unanswered questions are set aside temporarily. Unripe decisions are given time. Strained relationships are released from analysis to allow space for calm. Here, too, our relationship with control is healed. Control itself is not wrong, it serves responsibility. But when it becomes the only lifeline, it drains us. Nighttime gratitude does not remove tomorrow's responsibility, it returns it to its proper time. We learn to say, some things I will address in the morning, and some things do not need my vigilance in the dark. Another quiet outcome appears, the renewal of hope. Hope is not vague optimism that things will improve. Hope is the willingness to rise again, even without new evidence. Sleeping in gratitude prevents hope from being eroded by prolonged fatigue. It keeps hope warm, so that when morning comes, hope is still alive enough to walk with us. In this posture, tomorrow is no longer preempted. We do not steal tomorrow's energy by worrying tonight. We allow tomorrow to arrive with its own weight. This creates a different kind of morning presence, not driven by adrenaline, but grounded in readiness. And readiness in real life lasts longer than excitement. At the deepest level, nighttime gratitude teaches us something about identity. We are not the sum of unfinished tasks. We are not the replay of failures. When the lights go out, we are fully known, awake and asleep alike. Recognizing this soothes an ancient fear, the fear that if we stop striving, we will lose worth. In truth, when striving ceases at the right moment, worth becomes clearer, revealed as something inherent, not something held together by effort. And so the final moment before sleep needs few words. It needs only interior consent. I place this day down. I place myself down, not in neglect, but in conscious trust. When that consent forms, the body follows, breath slows, muscles release, the mind stops searching. Sleep comes, not as an intruder, but as a welcomed companion. From this place, prayer no longer stands apart. It becomes the natural echo of everything that has been reflected upon. It does not need ceremony or expansion. It needs only honesty, the voice of someone who is tired but not hopeless, released but not empty. Lord, in this quiet, I lay down everything I have carried through the day. I give thanks for what I recognized and for what I understood only after passing through it. I place down what is unfinished, what is unclear, and what I cannot repair tonight. Keep my soul in a peace deep enough for rest and bright enough for tomorrow's steps. While I sleep, do what needs doing in silence. When I wake, grant me the humility to recognize that I have been kept. I entrust this night and myself into your loving care. Amen.